I said I'd be here, and now I am. This is Rick's Corner Live. I have a couple of things I want to discuss. First of all, many of you have asked me about Rich Piana, and I don't really have any news since last week. All I know is he's still in a coma, and that's really all I know. I just pray that he does well and he comes out of it and he'll be back to normal. This would be so awesome if he could. What I want to talk about, every time I put the news on in the morning, I hear about these terrorist things that people now, cars are weapons, they're running people down, and the restaurants are being blown up, and you're just not safe anywhere anymore. It's really a very sad situation. I never knew this kind of stuff growing up, and now that I'm older and I have children and they're up and about, not even children, they're young adults, and my daughter's in Australia, you know, my son's in Tennessee. They're not under my wing anymore, unfortunately, and I can't really protect them. So they need to learn how to protect themselves. And in this day, there's so many things going on. You have to have eyes everywhere. I know that a lot of my friends, Vince and Sari, some of these martial arts guys, they really know what they're doing. I went to Dragon Fest over the weekend. Vinny invited me, and I watch what they do. And my world was professional wrestling and bodybuilding and martial arts. Martial arts is the third world for me, but it's very similar to what we do in the ring. I just saw a movie called Atomic Blonde, which is really an action film. They showed her stunts afterwards at the ArcLight show afterwards. They have you 7 minutes with the stunt coordinator. Everything they did in that movie is what we've done in the ring. Now, people say, oh, wrestling's fake. Well, it's not fake. Anything you use in the ring, any type of hammerlock or headlock or arm bar or a leg lock, they're all real. All you got to do is apply pressure and take somebody down. So if you have the knowledge of that, you're really a step ahead of anybody else. The actual guy on the street really has no knowledge on how to fight. Most of them don't have a clue. If you see gangsters hold guns, they always hold them this way in the movies. Well, you don't hold a gun this way, you hold it this way. It's not even held right. So you've got to know how to disarm somebody and defuse a situation. If you can't, and you can't walk away and they come at you, you need to know what to do for yourself, especially in airplane cabins where you're really in an enclosed area. Anything can be a weapon. Now, in a restaurant, you've got a knife at your table or a fork. Perfect weapon. You can stab somebody in the throat, in the eye, in the chest, or anywhere you want. People don't think of grabbing that for self-defense. They just let somebody walk all over them. And if you are a confident person and you show that you're confident, they're going to back off. All you got to do is protect yourself and go towards them. They won't know what to do. Now, I made a list of some things that are weapons that you have on your body that you may not even know it. For example, a shoelace. Say someone's attacking somebody in an airplane cabin and you're behind them and you want to disarm them. Just take your shoelace out, grab them around the throat and start choking them with it. You yank them down. They can't get away from that. A belt you can do the same thing with. Take your belt off and do it with that. You can take the buckle and hit them across the eyes and rake their eyes with the belt. A watch is the same thing. If you have a watch on, it's a big watch. You can put it across their face and rake their eyes and they can't see, and then you've got a hold of them. You can get them down. A pen. A ballpoint pen is a weapon. It's like a dagger. You stab somebody in the throat, you can get them in the eye. I know it's brutal. I know it sounds horrible, but when it's a life or death situation and you're fighting for your life, you use whatever you can. It doesn't matter what you do to the other person. They're going to kill you if you don't. What do I have? Oh, a boot. Women, take your boot off. Rack the guy across the head with your boot, across the temple, really hard. You'll knock him out. A high heel shoe is even better. You take the heel, you've seen this in movies, and get him in the eye socket with it, or in the throat. This is a deadly area. You can really take somebody down there or here in the solar plexus. It's another good place to attack somebody. Now, you wouldn't even think of this. I'm sure everybody has a credit card or a debit card. You have that in your hand. That's basically a razor blade. That thing is sharp. If you rape somebody across the throat, just slit their throat. Now, I know it sounds brutal, but like I said, if you're fighting for your life, it doesn't really matter. It does work. If you're on a plane, a pillow. You can smother somebody with a pillow and hold them down until help comes. A tie. The tie comes off, becomes a stranglehold with that tie. You can do anything you want. You can tie their arms back with it if you have to. This is really going to sound odd, but we used to use this in the ring for a gimmick. We use a wadded up piece of paper, a piece of cardboard, and rake the eyes with it. But if you think about it, it's got a lot of points on it. This paper, it's cardboard, has a lot of points, and they can hurt. You get somebody in the eye with that, you can disarm them with that as well. Toothpick. Who would ever thought of a toothpick? Toothpicks are sharp. I mean, I stuck myself in the throat and the lip of that damn thing. It hurts. What if you get them in the eye with it? It's gonna really disable them pretty much. Hairspray, women. It's like right in the face. That's gonna take somebody away right now. And then a comb, you have teeth on a comb, and they're sharp. You can rake it across here, you can go across here, you can do anything you want with it. And the other end of that comb usually is got like a dagger on the end of it. You can use that also for self-defense. These things are at your fingertips, and people don't really realize that. you can actually use them as a weapon, and it'll get you out of a situation if you have to. Let's hope it never comes to that. Let's hope that doesn't ever happen. But if it does, be prepared. Now, I've got some questions on here. Or do I? I see people have joined on the way. I know, I'm not going to talk about that. Oh, that's stupid. There's some pretty dumb people out here in the world. That's stupid comments. Anyway, these things are coming up. I just see today in Spain, somebody ran somebody down in a car. All you got to do is get out of the way of that thing. But cars are weapons nowadays. It's just really weird how someone would do something that, what's this one say? Oh, keys, for example. Keys, yeah, people keep keys in their hand and they use them as a defense weapon. I came out years ago with a thing called a security cat, which I don't have in front of me right now, but it looks like a cat's head out of lucite with holes for the eyes, and you hold it in your hand. It has two jagged ears that stick out. Now, people say those are brass knuckles. No, they're not. Brass knuckles are brass knuckles. This is a lucite keychain. And it holds your keys, and it is on my website, I believe, called a security cat. And it really works. I mean, you can really hurt somebody with that. You also have pressure points in the top of the arm. Under the arm is a really good place to stick somebody because as much as it tickles, it hurts. In the rib, with something sharp on the side of the rib, you can get somebody with your thumb. Thumbs are good weapons just as well. Now, it's going to sound silly to a lot of you, but like I say, we've used this on the street and in wrestling, and it really deters any kind of violence that might come your way and gets rid of somebody real quick. Combs can be a weapon. Like I said, ballpoint pens can too. Hairspray can work too. A high heel shoe, like I said, the back of the shoe, that heel in the eye, man, it's going to really hurt somebody. So I just wanted to bring this up. I was thinking about it, and I think of my kids being far away and being in a situation where anything could happen in these foreign countries. And, you know, the best thing is, and it's what I think, is to carry a gun. Of course, if you get caught with a gun, it's a felony, you're going to have a problem. But why should they have guns and us not? In Texas, everybody carries guns, and no one really has any problems because they know not to mess with you. You walk in Dragon Fest, and everybody's a martial arts champion. Everybody's very courteous and nice because you don't know who you're talking to. They're lethal, these people. But at least it's good to know you're around someone who can take care of themselves. So I would suggest that you listen to the skin, and maybe you have those things handy in your purse or in your pocket or on your person, and just get familiar with the use of it because, like I said, you never know. And when you walk into a place, like I walk into a restaurant, I'm always looking around, just been doing this for years, to see who's where, because there's always somebody who you never expect can be the bad penny in a crowd that can create a problem. So George Carlin said years ago, they always say, he's so quiet, he's a neighbor, you never knew he was going to do anything, he's the quietest guy. Well, not always is the quietest guy the bad guy. There's sometimes a loud one comes in that can be bad as well. So don't let that misfool you, because it could be anybody. You just don't know. People are crazy nowadays. And so I just want to bring that up. My thoughts on the Mayweather fight? Well, it's going to be it's like wrestling. It's going to be a cartoon. It's a big money maker. Don't bet money on it, but it's going to be fun to watch. And if you can go somewhere for free, it's probably going to be better than paying $100 for it. I don't want to pay $100 for that. That's about all I have to say. I hope your training's doing well. I can show you this. I have my stitches for my carpal tunnel, a nice neat row of stitches. I get them out next Wednesday. I was back in the gym in 2 days. I'm able to train. I found that, of course, the hospital says, don't train for 2 months. I said, that's not, I'm going to be there the day after tomorrow and do legs for sure. But I found, even training with curls and anything else, that if I grip here, there's no pressure here. So I've been able to do full body workouts, everything, without having any pressure on the palm at all. And the carpal tunnel surgery, if any of you have it, it's a piece of cake. I didn't have one pain. They used a lidocaine. I watched the surgery. They wrapped me up, and I went to lunch. So there's still no pain. It works fine. That's my Rick's Corner Live for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back again soon. Let's see if there's anything else on here that I need to answer. A penny can't be used in self-defense? I don't know. If it can or if it can't. If you can find a way, use it. I don't know. I'm just giving you things I found that happen to work. And one thing with me, you can't pull my hair, that's for sure. But you can pull my beard. Thanks for watching Rick Drasin Live. Stay tuned for more Rick's Corner. I have a lot of guests on next week, and I have good people coming and going. And we'll see you soon. See you next time.
drasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.